Australia has always been a country of innovation. You think of the Hills Hoist, Cask Wine and Wi-Fi, and now due to the Victorian Equine Group, we've got the Foal ambulance. I am so excited to talk about this. Where do we start?
Where do we start? I guess we just try to solve a problem that we saw existed, and we sort of muttered about with a few different ideas, and in the end we decided to have a go at making an ambulance.
So this ambulance that we're in front of us here, this is actually a second-hand, this was a human ambulance back in the day.
So that's right, it was a human ambulance back in the day. So essentially inside we haven't had to do a whole heap. You can see all the cupboards are fitted. It's pre-fitted with all sorts of nooks and crannies for storing bandages and whatnot. The oxygen system was already in it. We had to adapt it for a slightly bigger patient. We had to build ourselves a table which could go on the ambulance trolley to go in and out of the ambulance. And then we've had to fill it up with all the bits of equipment that we need, like the X-ray and the anaesthetic machine and the monitors.
It's a great idea, but how did it actually start? Were you just sitting around the table here at the clinic?
So it started really with this the need to take the Foal to the CT machine, and there was a lot of ideas floating around, but in the end some smart cookie came up with the idea of buying an ex-human ambulance.
When you're out on site, you visit one of the stud farms. How many crew are involved in setting up what we have in front of us here, and how long does it take?
So Sam, when we get to the stud farm, it probably takes us about 10 minutes. We would generally have a crew of 3. It will take one of our surgeons and one of our intern vets who acts as the anaesthetist for the procedures. So yes, this piece of equipment here is a gaseous anaesthetic machine. It's actually an ex-army model. This here is our X-ray, so backbone of what we're doing on farms really. We do a lot of corrective procedures involving straightening out of horses' limbs, so the X-ray is a very important part of it to see where we're putting our hardware.
Mike, this table in front of us here, I'd imagine this has been specifically designed for foals to take the extra weight more than a human.
So you're right, Sam, and the table was specifically designed for the job that we needed to do. We obviously have the trolley underneath, which allows the table to be placed in and out of the ambulance. You've all seen them go in the back and the legs fold up, which is quite a nice thing, but we had to design and make the table on the top so that, yes, it can handle a few extra kilograms. Yeah.
I'd imagine, Mike, that when you're dealing with stud farms that might have up to 100 or plus 100 foals born every year, that a system like this is a big time-saving device for them.
It's really good for the studs because they also don't have to either ship them to the clinic, as they may have had to do before, or lend a large number of staff to helping.
There's a lot of stud farms in the district. Who are the ones that have been the biggest supporter and really bought into this project?
Probably our biggest supporter at the moment have been Widden Victoria, so they've come down here and they're really looking to step up the game, and yeah, they've been big supporters of the ambulance.
The Foal ambulance has been used fairly regularly here at Widden throughout the season last year, and look, the operation's been great. The setup that they've got in the ambulance and the team that comes with them have really been good for us. It's made things a lot easier on farm, and I think it's great for the animals.
What are the procedures that you generally do when you are on site?
The procedures we generally do on site are elective procedures, so things like hernias. We do a lot of screwing of legs, horses with angular limb deformities. When they're growing, we have a chance to intervene and try and straighten that leg so that they're a more correct racehorse and experience less problems in the long term.
The Foal ambulance has certainly made a difference to safety for mares and foals during surgery. The foals are intubated, they're monitored constantly throughout the surgery. It's the same as bringing it's an on-site surgical suite that they can move from farm to farm.
As an equine vet, you're really involved in the whole life cycle of a horse. So this is just an added benefit to work with the farms and work with the horse to ensure they have a safe life.
That's exactly right, yeah. I mean, we start from the scanner and black dots on the screen all the way through to older race horses and then geriatric horses. So yeah, this is just an add-on to help us intervene early and stop problems happening before they occur.
So would you love to see this further rolled out?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I think it's quite a good idea. We thought we'd give it a try. It seems to have worked, and yeah, you never know. We'll maybe have a fleet of them one day.